You ever just sit there watching a movie? Everything seems totally normal, but something feels off. Like the tension is just floating in the air. No jump scares, no creepy music, just the sound of it. And it gets under your skin. A24 turns that into an art form. A simple dinner sounds like a ritual sacrifice, and the scarier thing is just a kettle whistling in the kitchen. No monsters needed. It's not what's happening or what you see, it's the sound that haunts you. Hey there, I'm Dmitro, a sound designer, and I'm gonna show you how to create a sound that gives you chills, not because it screams, but because it whispers. We will take a look at how A24 crafts that unique, physical, paranoid kind of sound, and talk about fear, not the kind on the screens, but the kind you carry within. Stick around till the end, and I will break down 3 masterful ways A24 creates tension. One of the best examples of a mundane sound turning terrifying and carrying real narrative weight is in Hereditary. Peter's asleep, a camera shows that everything's calm, and then a tongue click. Just a click, but your whole body tenses up. At least that's what happened to me.
As we were working on scenes, it was really amazing just how minutely we would change the level or position of a sound and the impact that would have. A single dB made such a difference in the way a sound would sit and the impression that it gave in the quiet scenes. We focused a lot of attention on how loud Charlie's clicks were and where they were coming from. We'd set those levels, and then days later we'd make it a bit louder and then come back and make it a bit lower. We went back and forth on those quite a bit.
Our brain is always scanning for the familiar, so when something sounds out of place, a bit louder than it should, a bit deeper than we expect, we instantly tense up. That clicking is not random, it's Charlie's thing. A small habit that sets her apart from the start and makes her feel strange. But after she dies, the click comes back, not as a habit, but as a sign, a warning of something evil, because later we find out Charlie was the host of the demon, and the click, that's him creeping in. That's a great example of how something familiar, but just a little different from what we are used to, can be much more disturbing than a regular jump scare. How to recreate this? Take something familiar, laughter, a cough, a bell. Isolate it, strip it away from the context. Play with volume. Play with reverb if you want to add an eerie vibe, or keep it completely dry for creepiness. Another great example of an extraordinary approach to crafting a whole unique world for a scene is in Under the Skin. The blend of original sounds in a vacuum-like space builds this unsettling, otherworldly feeling. It starts with percussion, a countdown, then a tonal metal screeches, like soul being swallowed by black liquid, and then complete silence. Thanks to the soulful approach, they crafted a scene with an utterly unique, creepy atmosphere. This whole piece sounds like a sentence being handed down in a quiet courtroom.
Initially, we had of course gone down the classic route of having underwater, bassy kind of sounds, but that didn't sound alien. That sounded just like what we know. So the main ingredient was having a tray at an angle with rice on it. And if you touched it, it moved a bit. It had that sliding sound, and also dry leaves.
How to recreate it? Find an object with tonal sound, like a metal plate or a wire. Try gently hitting or scraping it. Process the sound to get the pitch and length you need. Sample it. I can't talk about the sound design in A24 horror films without mentioning Midsommar, and despite all the crazy stuff happening on screen, the one sound that stayed with me the most is a mundane one: breathing.
Josh, can you lie down, please?
Can you feel that? The energy coming up from the earth? Look, the trees too, they're breathing.
Danny is breathing, and you start to feel like everything around her is breathing too. Nature becomes something alive, which also means it can be dangerous. We feel closer both to the world and the character.
But more so than that, we used a lot of breathing effects. Ari and I wanted some way to hold everything down, so we used Danny's breathing as a way to connect the audience with what is going on. We spent a lot of time working on the breathing to create this connective tissue that's normal in the midst of all this crazy stuff that's happening. The breathing would get really heightened or really reverbed out. It connects us to the humanity of the characters because we all have to breathe.
It's a powerful way to pull us into Danny's experience, and at the same time it makes us feel uneasy. Because when we hear someone's breath become unsteady, ours trembles too. Our body reads it as a sign of danger. How to recreate that? Define key moments. Think about where the breath should be, in calm scenes as an emotional touch, and intense ones as a dramatic accent. Record breaths from different distances. Ideally have two versions: close up for an intimate or anxious feel, and mid-distance 1-2 meters for more natural presence in the overall space. Shape the breath based on its purpose. If it's meant as an effect, bring it to the front. If you want it to blend naturally, place it in the space, give it room in the mix, adjust the cue so other elements don't compete with it. In my work, I am becoming more and more convinced that sound isn't just about the crowd, it's about storytelling. What's scarier, a demon in the corner or the sound of your own breathing in complete silence? Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any sound secrets hidden in your favorite films. See you in the next video, and remember, the fear isn't in the sound, it's in the silence, daring us to imagine what comes next.